The economic repercussions of the tariffs imposed under President Trump's administration are becoming starkly apparent, even in unexpected corners of the American economy. One of the more concerning impacts is how these tariffs are affecting small businesses and the lives of everyday Americans, particularly in industries like retail and food, where costs are often passed directly to the consumer. Mitchell Cohen's Economy Candy Store in New York's Lower East Side offers a case study in how tariffs, initially perceived as a tool for economic nationalism, are leading to increased prices on a wide range of consumer goods, from exotic chocolates to gummies, and, most worryingly, how these higher prices disproportionately affect the average American consumer's access to affordable products. Economy Candy, with its nostalgic charm and a vast selection of candy from around the world, is emblematic of a small business that relies on global supply chains. Cohen's store has always been a symbol of affordability, offering products like imported gummies from Germany or Milka chocolate bars from Switzerland at reasonable prices. However, the imposition of tariffs has caused a sharp rise in the cost of goods from overseas, with products like Snickers bars, although made in the U.S., becoming more expensive due to the global sourcing of their ingredients. This price increase directly impacts consumers, who may find themselves paying significantly more for everyday items they once could afford without thinking twice. What's even more concerning is the indirect effect of tariffs on American-made products. As Cohen points out, many items that are manufactured in the U.S. still rely on global supply chains for essential ingredients and materials. The fact that even American-made products are affected by tariffs highlights the interconnectivity of the global economy and the delicate balance that small businesses must maintain. When raw materials such as peanuts from Argentina, sugar from Brazil, and packaging from Canada are subjected to tariffs, the cost of production rises, and these costs inevitably trickle down to consumers in the form of higher prices. This means that even products we assume are purely domestic are not immune to the financial strain caused by trade policies. Increased costs due to tariffs also hit families hard, especially in low-income communities. For many, the price of candy and snacks might seem trivial, but in aggregate, these everyday items represent a portion of the household budget. As these prices increase, families find themselves with fewer discretionary dollars to spend on other necessities, further exacerbating the financial strain they already face. This creates a ripple effect, as higher prices for basic goods could reduce overall consumer spending, which, in turn, could slow economic recovery. The tariff policies, which were designed to address trade imbalances and protect domestic industries, are instead making it more difficult for small businesses to thrive. While large corporations with extensive resources might weather these changes with more ease, small businesses like Economy Candy are facing the prospect of either raising prices, thus alienating customers, or absorbing losses, both of which threaten their survival. As Cohen's experience demonstrates, small businesses often rely on international suppliers to bring in goods that aren't available domestically, and the tariffs add an extra layer of unpredictability and financial burden that these businesses simply cannot afford. Moreover, the broader social and political implications of these tariffs cannot be ignored. The heavy-handed approach to international trade relations has resulted in retaliatory tariffs from other countries, further escalating the situation. As businesses like Economy Candy struggle with surging costs, consumers are left to deal with the consequences in their daily lives. What was once a straightforward trip to the candy store is now fraught with higher prices and economic uncertainty, reflecting the growing strain on the U.S. economy as a whole. The decision to implement such widespread tariffs, coupled with the political rhetoric surrounding economic liberation, seems increasingly disconnected from the realities of small businesses and consumers. While the intent may have been to protect American jobs and industries, the collateral damage in the form of higher prices, economic instability, and the erosion of consumer purchasing power is becoming all too clear. For small businesses like Economy Candy, the road ahead looks increasingly uncertain, with no clear resolution in sight for the growing economic costs of these tariffs. The true cost may not only be measured in dollars, but in the loss of affordable access to goods that have long been a staple in American life.